What's good, everybody? We are live. Markets are open. About to get this session started here. We can already see gold is pumping starting the week. Markets just opened not that long ago, and gold is already flying up. Last session I did was NFP live analysis. So we streamed Friday morning. And we talked about something on that session. Was anybody on the last session that I did? Let me know in the chat real quick. I see we got some people tuning in here. Markets are open, and yeah, gold's pumping. We're going to analyze it real quick because there's something we talked about last stream that we're going to talk about right now that's important. Was anybody on the last stream that we did? Friday morning, NFP. We did talk about one really important thing on that stream with $4,500. If anybody was on the stream, I was talking about $4,500, $4,490 area, and I was saying, yo, if we get above here, this is important, especially if we get above it fast or early on. We were on for about an hour, and I talked about some things on that stream. If you're on the stream, there's a lot of stuff I broke down, right? We were bullish. We were usually bullish on gold these last months. But anyone that was on that stream, I broke it down. I said I was talking about that $4,500 level. People were asking about sells, and I was like, maybe sells could happen, but the one thing we were talking about midway through the stream, towards the end of the stream, you can see was, we might get above there. Multiple times I brought it up, and probably before I got off was talking about it. We were around $4,500 last week at the end of the market. I broke it down that stream. Even if you weren't on the stream, it's like, there's always little details that I talk about on every single stream I do. Little details of where we're at, maybe where we could go if this happens or if that happens. And yeah, 4,500. Last stream, anybody that was there, forget sells. We talked about it. Anybody was there, we talked about it. There was, let's see that stream. 944 views. A good amount of people were on that stream. Got a comment there. Excellent analysis. Because if you actually pay, that was after the fact. I think they comment after the fact. Played out. We broke above $4,500 literally that same morning. The market tried to get above $4,500, and this is where I say zones are important. You might say, okay, I want the market to hold $4,500, but what if it gives me what if it goes to $4,490 or makes a bigger zone but still overall holds? You can literally see 4,500 key price there. Right above that, and now we're obviously around 44.50, 44.45. Price expanded up really high up. Probably waiting for a pullback this week, if anything. It's pretty much starting how last week started. Last week started off really strong. Last week broke above $4,400. So if you look at gold from this week since last week till this week, right? Last week, early on, when market opened, Sunday, we pushed up right when the market opened. Anybody who was watching gold last week knows we pushed up really early on. Market opened last week. We also had the whole Venezuela, USA situation, right? So when big events like that hit the headlines, gold doesn't wait. Gold moves. Price can react. Since last week, market open, price has been pushing up. What happened on the weekend before the market opened last week to this event? So you have fundamentals in the news. You have obviously your Forex Factory news events that happen, but then you have headlines. You have real world geopolitical situations that happen in the markets, and that will impact price. That will impact gold. Gold does not like when the markets are uncertain. So uncertainty is good for gold's price, going up. someone was saying, I hope gold hits $5,000 this year. Yeah, that okay. We could look at that as a good. Yeah, if price were to go to $5,000, hoorah for traders. But what does that mean if price hits $5,000 for gold? Where's the world at? Right? Where's the world at? What's happening? What you know? What's fueling price? You know, demand. There's demand, obviously. Uncertainty. If a gold were to hit $5,000, what would that be backed by? Like, look at how gold has traded the last years, and look at all the events that have happened over the last years. So, when big geopolitical headlines hit the fan, when these headlines hit, it impacts price, and this is why I watch gold very, very closely. This is why I watch it very, very closely. Because obviously you have these news events, which can be exciting, but you have much broader news events that happen geopolitically with stuff with countries, nations, presidents. So we can see market last week, Sunday really set the tone for the week last week. You know, and I've talked about this. Anybody who's tuned in consistently has heard me say that exact sentence before. Oftentimes Sunday can set some tone depending on like how the market moves. Last week was one of those weeks that, you know, Sunday set the tone. We were only looking for buys last week. If you look at every signal, every analysis, everything I talked about last week, it was only buys, right? People ask me why I haven't been looking for any sells, and it's like the market doesn't feel like it's in a selling climate. You know, if I were to say the weather of the market, you know, the weather of the market doesn't feel like a selling market, how the market feels, right? And I mean, when you've been on the charts for a long time, like I've been on the charts for over 10 years, you get those feelings, those instincts naturally. The market doesn't bring that type of feeling, right? It feels like there's demand, right? And that's how I've been talking for the last weeks. You guys see why I didn't stop streaming, why I didn't take my eyes off of gold though for the last weeks? Like there was Christmas holidays and everything, right? I didn't stop streaming. I streamed every day after Christmas, coming into the new year. I was still streaming. Now you see why, because I didn't want to take my eye off of price, because you got to watch gold closely. Like gold is interesting. Throughout those streams, like I was streaming, you know, all around, I didn't, like, except for Christmas Day, like there was maybe 2 days I didn't stream, but after Christmas I was streaming. I was right back at it, and I was saying on those streams, like December 29th, December 30th, or all that week, I was saying, like, I know it's holiday week, but I don't want to keep my eye off of gold, because I know gold. Like, I know, like I said, the climate of the world, it's something to not really, like, you keep your eyes off it. You're like, oh man, where are we now? It's like, imagine if you didn't trade for the last 2 weeks and you're coming to gold right now. You're like, oh shit, where are we right now? Or if you haven't barely looked at the charts, that's why, like, it's still consistency showing up, but you could still take things slow. If you look in December, I lost 3 trades. Since then, I've only lost like 4 trades. So it's like, you can still take things slow. Still be on it. You never know. Like, gold's been moving though. Last week, like I said, Sunday started off strong. It got above $4,400 pretty early Sunday. I pretty much set the tone for the week. Like, there was a huge pullback. There was multiple pullbacks, almost to $4,400. So right now we're starting the week above $4,500 on gold. We see how the week ended off though. Like, it literally pushed above Friday morning and tried to, it tried to hold. It pretty much did hold. Like, market closed and it was above, like, market closed above $4,500. At one point it was below, but we still managed to maintain that price. And that's the thing about gold. Like, price levels are really, really key with it, because it'll often maintain certain ones. So I look at price a lot. I look at price a lot. I look at price a lot because oftentimes they work like good ceilings. Like 4,500 was a good ceiling of force to try to get through. Look at last week. So, we're looking at what happened last week. I'm describing what happened last week because we could potentially kind of use some of that for this week, like $4,500, or sorry, $4,400 last week. We broke above that, you could see. And we maintained it early on in the week. Like, that's pretty much what price looks like it's doing right now with $4,500. There will probably be a bigger pullback to $4,500 at some point this week. Maybe even, like, if you look at last week, market came nicely between like 45.10. It even went down to like almost 43.90. So it's like you could maybe look at like 45.10, 4,500 area, or maybe it tries to go to 45.90, 44.90, a bit deeper on that pullback, like an area. Like, because like market could, like, look what market did with 4,500. It came to 4,500, but it didn't hold 4,500. It went down to like 44.90 or lower, actually, almost 44.80. Like, if you were like using like even just 44.90, it's like, okay, 44.90, that's way lower. It's like, okay, you have an area that's holding there. It's like you got 44.10, 4,400, 43.90. It's like an area. Okay, if we could maybe get the same type of thing around here, price will probably pull back to 4,500 this week at some point. You could probably wait for that. If you're chasing price up here, like, obviously price could try to continue more, but here's the thing, at some point you'll probably get that big pullback. So the more you chase price up here, at some point it's like the bigger pullback will eventually come in. Even if it goes higher, the bigger pullback will eventually come in. So you don't really want to chase it up here. If anything, wait for that first big, deeper pullback. Like, if you look at maybe something like this where I'm circling right now. But we'll probably pull back to 4,500. Looks like we're going for a new all-time high. Maybe in January. It is January 11th right now. Still have a good time in the month remaining. We're testing all-time highs right now on gold. Question, when you're looking at the market at this point, it's questionable. Are we trying to get above that? Obviously, there's demand for gold. Like, we came up here. Are we going to reject it? It's not the best place to look for buys. You'd only really look for buys above here if the market really gets above here, and then tries to retest it. That'd be like the only really appropriate situation where you'd be looking for continuations, right? If it gets above there. Otherwise, it's just like waiting for that bigger pullback, probably like a bigger retracement. We could try to get above this all-time high level where we have previous resistance, rejection, all-time high here. That would be more like if there's really strong momentum, like if price just starts moving fast and it doesn't do any pullbacks, it's just more in a continuous state. It's like, okay, this is something that could potentially happen if the market just keeps wanting to go up. Like I said, we'll probably we'll probably get a pullback to like 4,500, 45.10 area. From there, it's like, okay, can we be looking for longs back up? All right, so that's pretty much where gold stands right now. Like, I mean, if you're looking for continuations, this is where you got to look at like the 5 minute, and you got to like, try to trade what you see on the 5 minute. Or maybe smaller structures on smaller time frames, which right now is only really showing on the 5 minute, as you can see. If you're looking at the 5 minute chart, 5 minute might be trending. That's kind of what last week did. Like, last week just started really bullish early on. We kind of, like, technically it's like we already did the pullback to like 4,500. Like, this to me was like the pullback to 4,500, and now it's shooting up. So it's like probably gonna get that retracement back. Probably will come to like 45.25 first. Here, this area. But yeah, for now, like, to start the week off, it's like bullish above 4,500. Like, there might be a different setup. It could be maybe there's a zone here on the imbalance. But general thinking is like, can we maintain above 4,500? We obviously want the market to maybe come back to retest 4,500. General thinking is, can we stay above 4,500, right? It's Sunday, so probably at some point this week the market will come back to 4,500. There could be what I'd say maybe there's one setup above 4,500. If it's really aggressive, fast, it's like, okay, maybe we're getting a shallow, not as deep of a pullback, and we get a continuation. So you could maybe attempt longs above 4,500 still, if like there's a setup that offers that. Maybe it's something like this, because we have this high here, we have this huge candle, we have this huge candle that just pushed up. So if we retrace some of that, we have the low, we broke above $4,500 again. That's key. We're above $4,500 price, making bullish structure. As you can see, we broke above again this high here to the left. So yeah, could have even caught, there's like Thursday, you could have caught a trade here, break and retest, break and retest. You could see, I even told you guys on stream 44.80 if you're on NFP stream. Here the market like reversed, there was a retest here. There were some continuation setups. There was one here, bam. Going with the reversal, going with the breakout. One here, but that was after the drop. Like it came back to this resistance here. So there's some continuation. So yeah, like above 4,500, it's like you have this high here. So it's like if you get a deeper pullback, maybe on a 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, like a bigger pullback, you could see. Like right now, we don't see the only time frame you're gonna see right now is the 5-minute. Right now, really, has formed structures like this. Has like a mini break and retest here happening on the 5-minute, like I was saying a couple minutes ago. It's like, I think you got to be experienced to trade the 5-minute more. Like I don't usually send signals in spots like this. I'll trade on my own in places like that, but I don't usually send signals in conditions like that after the market's made a major move. It's like I'll wait for maybe a clear pullback on a 30-minute to start things off, or a 15-minute, or if structures can form. So above 4,500, like I said, you could have a setup maybe above 4,500, but again, I want to see to start the week off if we maintain, and if we overall can stay above $4,500 on gold to start the week off. For now, it is like it broke out, market open. It's only Sunday. Like again, I'm going to show you something from last week one more time, and I got one more thing I actually want to show you guys from last week before we wrap the stream up. 4,400 last week. I used that as an example already. Last week, $4,400. It broke out early and price just kept going up. London session dropped. New York session was a buy. Like by the time New York session came, like if you look at gold last week, like Sunday opened down here. So unless you had to be quick, like you're either making money right now because you were quick, or maybe you're holding buys, like you were quick and you just jumped on the market. It's one of those weeks you could have literally just clicked buy on gold on market open. That happens. Like if anyone's familiar with gold, we've seen this before. It's one of those weeks where you could have literally just like clicked buy on market open. Gold will do that. It was like last week. You could have clicked buy, but you had to be fast. You could see last week, like literally market opened. By the time London session came, price was already up like a lot of pips. So like this thing, yeah, it could travel up higher, but eventually it'll have like a big pullback. Like last week, this thing moved a lot. Market opened last week. It moved like over $100 last week. I don't think it's gonna do that this week, right? That would be like it going to here before tomorrow New York session. That would be crazy if it did that. But you could see last week, like it grinded up. It just grinded up, and then eventually had a big pullback in London session for New York open. like it did push up with a lot of force. It just kind of grinded up like to trade here. And I actually sent you guys a signal in there last week. The first signal I sent last week was right here. I sent a buy. You would have had to be trading the 5 minute. Like really looking at the 5 minute, 15 minute. I sent you guys a buy last week. Actually in that structure. I was looking at a 5 minute chart. I actually sent you guys a gold buy at 44.19, 44.15 area last week. All take profits were hit. And I was actually looking at the 5 minute chart when I was looking for that buy. I was looking at the 5 minute in there when the market opened. So like if you're gonna catch any trades between now and London, like anticipate a big pullback coming, but you'd have to really look at the 5 minute. Like, but take like for trades like right for if you're catching a trade like between now and London session, like I would just look for like a scalp. What I mean by scalp is how long you're in the trade, like not be in it forever, like not try to look for hundreds of pips. If the market gives you a good reaction, because like if you look at last week, it pretty much just trended until late London session, like before New York. We caught a trade here, and then you could see the market still trended, and then like it's like the buys. Eventually, it's like you chase those buys too long, it'll have that pullback after a few waves have happened. So like the 5 minutes, like you can see like right now, like literally the 5 minute held that break and retest there. So it's like the 5 minute might offer opportunities like that. Like you're not gonna, there's not a setup on the 1 hour or the 30 minute or the 15. 5 minute has structure in moments like this where it's like, okay, you have to like maybe be quick. It's more of like a scalper's style. Like you could see 5 minute structures forming here. It's like how do I get involved in a market condition like this? Like you have to be good at looking at the 5 minute chart, which isn't the easiest to trade, I would say. Price just tapped 44.50. So yeah, like I said, like it's just a little patience. I think like it's Sunday. Last week, I'm showing you what happened last week. Because look, last week market pushed up a lot and still came back to 4,400 almost twice over here. Hit 44.07, so pretty much like twice. So we still have like time. Again, no need to chase price. Like it's high up. If you're catching trades, entries are only going to be found like on a 5 minute chart. Something like literally just happened right in front of us there. If you're looking for trades, like it's stuff like this inside the trend on a 5 minute structure. Which might, if it's gonna do that, might be do like two more of those now that it just did one, right? A few more waves up before like that bigger retracement comes into play. But let's look to the left. Let's zoom out a bit because this is getting interesting now. Actually, this is actually getting interesting because we're squeezing above here now. This is getting interesting. Huh. Interesting. We're squeezing above 45.50. Shit. Change of plan. We might be getting more aggressive now. Are we getting above here? Are we getting above here is the question. We have a resistance here. If we want to be aggressive, guys, we could try to play off of this. Like for Tokyo session. If we really want to be aggressive in the nature of where price is, obviously there's different types of setups and different ways to trade the market. Remember, I've been doing this for over 10 years. So when I say aggressive, it's the nature of what's in front of us, not the risk, right? Because this could still happen. See to the left, we're literally pushing that all-time high. I think we might want to get above that. I think we're trying to get above that right now. We might be trying to. $4,600 way up here. We might be trying, like, if there's force right now and demand, like, we might be trying to get above here. So it's definitely an interesting area to watch that I know there's force. It could be a breakout level that the market is trying to maintain and stay above. So if, like, There's really two types of trades, guys. It's okay. Try to see if we're getting this breakout, right? Maybe we're breaking out and we have momentum. We have enough demand right now and the trend is strong, right? That's number one. Now, the next would be maybe, okay, here. Like we talked about, the bigger pullback. So it's one or the other. It's more of like what you're comfortable with too. Like some of you guys might not be used to trying to trade breakouts like this. And the next would be like that bigger pullback like we already talked about. It's still a bullish bias. We're still looking for bullish bias, right? We know we're well above $4,500 now. And that could be obviously a pullback area this week. Still maintaining a bullish bias overall. We might be trying to get above that all-time high. All right. Or is everybody tuning in from tonight? We're live. Market's open, yo. Man, yeah, forget sales. What's good? What's good? Where's everybody tuning in from tonight? I had a feeling it was going to open bullish today because it was above 4,500. It's one of those weeks you could have literally just smacked by market open on gold. Like, we've seen too many of those weeks in 2025 already. Literally back-to-back weeks so far in 2026. There's another thing I really want to show you guys actually on this stream. But like aggressively, it's like, can we hold, like the market may be trying to maintain and get above this all-time high. I know that seems aggressive, but this is like how gold trades a lot of times. Maybe trying to maintain breakout. Like if you're a breakout trader, it's like, okay, I want to see a 44.50, maybe 44.45 holds if we can maintain. If not, market's going for that deeper correction. All right. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, this is, yo, 2026 is going to be an interesting year. If we get above all-time high in January like this, early on, if we go to 4,600 on gold, that's 2026 is gonna be an interesting year then, because it's like price. We have this resistance here. Can we get above that? That's questionable. Honestly, right now in the next few hours, today, this week, we're seeing it right now in the moment. We're witnessing history. We're witnessing history right now, guys. We're witnessing history. Witnessing history right now. Remember, like, even though the market's high, yeah, we might meet. Yeah, this thing might be breaking out. Do we buy on the 4,500? You could possibly look for buys above, like. Fuck, we're getting these continuations. Holy crazy. XAU breaking above previous all-time high. So it's still, analysis stays the same. It's either we're waiting for the big pullback, or it's like we're looking for a sharper pullback here. Like we're above now. We're getting above 45.50. Maybe next pull. But now it's like next pullback, maybe on the 15 or 30 minute. I'm probably going to get a signal ready. Probably going to jump off and just scan the market in a little bit. I'm going to jump off in a little bit, scan the market, and get a signal ready maybe. I could see, I might send a breakout signal, like maybe see if we get a break and retest and if we can hold this. In the chats. Maybe I'm just going to watch this for a bit because we are breaking above. This is like one of these types of setups that I like to catch and look for. After this stream, I'll drop some stuff in the chat because obviously in the chats like Discord and Telegram, but there's a few different things we could mark up. Obviously, we have this, what's kind of in front of us. Maybe we're getting this breakout retest, 45.50. I'm thinking like 45.50 slash 40. What we got here? Like 44. Yeah. Oops. I'm thinking that area holds like 45.50, 45.40 area. If we're like trying to keep with the momentum, this is like, okay, there's demand in the market, there's a trend, I'm trying to stick with that. So I'm thinking like maybe 45.50, 45.40 area holds on like a pullback. If we get like pullbacks to, because right now we're above, we're obviously, we're above 45.50 a bit. That's like, that's the key, that's a key price level. It's like it could go to 45 easily, so I'm like, okay, 45.50 is really close still because it's not that far above. It's way more above like 40 in comparison, so it's like maybe that area is going to maintain in the near term, in the short term, going into Sydney, Tokyo hours for the market. It fits with this structure here. So we know, okay, maybe if that doesn't hold, we know if that doesn't hold, it's probably going to come down to like down to here, you know. We know if this doesn't maintain and hold, we'll probably get a deeper pullback down to here. If you look left at what price did here, right? If you look left, it comes down to here. We have structure here. We have structure here. There's a break there. We have a resistance there. We have a point there where we left. So it'll probably end up coming back down to there. If this 45.50, 45.40 area. Now it's more above. So now it's like we could turn it even into like 45. Signal loading. I could see a possible signal loading. We're getting above this. Next pullback. Gold's moving with force right now. Holy. Jeez Louise. I wish I held my buys. I was in buys. I made some money on market open. So I'm waiting for pullback now, probably like 45.50, 45.40 area. And I want to see maybe if that holds, if that zone maintains for like Tokyo session tonight. We just made new all-time highs on gold. We just made, yeah, history in the making here. Witnessing history here right now with gold prices. Silver's probably pumping then, 82. Yeah, silver, man. Silver's on the way to $90 from the looks of it. Probably gonna go 85. Silver's pumping. We talked about silver too, way down here. I talked about how it was in that triangle pattern. Silver's pumping. Dollar's starting off the week bearish. We want to look for pullbacks now. So let's see if we can get pullbacks, guys, to a 45.50. Let's see if we can get a pullback to 45.50. And then we could probably look for some buys, continuations. I'll send a signal out in a little bit. We got a lot of people tuning in. Now it's... where do I think the market is going to create new all-time high? I think we're going to go to 4,600, 4,700. We are in a good seasonality now to try to ride out the trend. We want to try to ride out the trend with gold. We are in seasonality where gold tends to push up. Seasonality, January, February, March tends to be a bullish season for gold. Guys, don't act surprised right now. Don't act surprised right now, guys. 3 weeks ago, before I posted this video 2 weeks ago, but this video is a live stream. This is actually a live stream. This video, we were live streaming when I was going over this video. So I did this actually like December 15th. This was actually a live stream, guys. Wherever we were live on stream. Don't act surprised. Gold was at 4,200 around. This is when gold was at $4,200. This was before December 10th. So this is beginning of December. This video I posted 2 weeks ago. The whole beginning of December I was talking about this, and the last week of November. I think every single stream I did. So don't be surprised right now. Remember, like, everything goes back to things we talk about. Like, we talk about, again, if anyone missed that video, you guys gotta make sure you watch every video I post, because I always talk about things. That was when gold was at $4,200, like before December 10th, before FOMC. We talked about a lot of things in that video. interest rates, even geopolitical events, tension, banks, the banks' targets. So we were talking about all this stuff in here before December 10th, because it was before December 10th. Post that video though 2 weeks ago. Yeah, pullback, continuation. Gold right now is flying. Like, people might ask why, but like, go watch this video, and it's like there's a lot of there's many reasons like leading up. Like I say in that video, there's a lot of reasons why gold went up in 2025. I think the beginning of that video is me saying there's a lot of reasons why gold went up in 2025. In 2026, I believe gold's going to go up for the same reasons it went up in 2025. So gold's going up the way it is. Gold's going up for the same reasons it went up in 2025. And for the same reasons, like we talked about in that video, those streams, all the streams we did, I would say gold's going to go up in 2026. The same reasons it went up in 2025. There's no new reasons. We're just seeing more stuff come out, more added to the fire. Interest rates, remember they cut the rates as well. Rate cuts, when rates get cut, money tends to flow into gold. We talked about that back in September, back in October, November, all the way up into December. So there's a lot of stuff we've talked about. This video, we've been talking about all that stuff for months. Next pullback, I would wait. So we'll probably have a signal. We'll probably get a signal on the next pullback. I'll drop a signal in Telegram and Discord. Make sure you guys are in the Telegram and in the Discord. I'll drop a signal in there for everyone when I get off this stream. I'm probably going to wrap it up in the next 15-20 minutes. So if you guys have any quick questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Where do you think the market is going to create? I don't know. We're in seasonality. I don't know if you've seen that video. We are in January, February, March seasonality for gold. Gold tends to be strong in these months. I think we'll go to 4,600. I see us going to 4,600. And I've said that before, maybe 4,700 maximum. I think 4,600 would be a good price to aim for next. I'm kind of just taking it one price at a time. Like I was like, can we come to 4,500? So next price is like, okay, maybe 4,600. When prices like this, it's like, okay, it's kind of like discovery mode. It's not that, I wouldn't say it's the easiest environment to be so predictable in, because it's like, where's price going to be in 2 months from now? Who knows? Especially with January, February, March, and how things are going. It's like, like we just saw this happen, so it's like, what's next? You know, what's next to happen in the world? What's the next crisis, conflict, event that adds to the fire? Something controversial like that happens, something conflict like that, geopolitical conflict like that happens, something more, you know, that's gonna add definitely to gold. Maybe, you know, we just started the year and look how gold's already moving. It's where could price make all-time high? It's definitely not the easiest question to answer exactly. I would say like 4,600, maybe 4,700 would be like, I'm not trying to think like, okay, it's gonna make it at 5,200. I'm just gonna trade what I see and just kind of go price by price. So right now I'm focused on, can we stay above 4,500? Like right now I'm focused on, can we stay above 4,500? You know, we obviously have 4,600. Maybe that's the next price for me to aim for. Who knows what happens? Obviously, like with Trump, he's going, you know, he's doing a lot of stuff. He wants, what is it, Iceland or Greenland? He wants Greenland. The whole Russia defense system and all that, the defense system there, and with how, you know, if Russia attacks U.S., the whole Greenland thing. So if Greenland happens, or Mexico, yeah, Canada, Europe, all this tension and stuff, right? Is it Greenland or Iceland? I think he wants Greenland, right? Because of like, if Russia were to like attack USA, it's like the defense system, right? They could basically make like a dome around Greenland that would like stop Russia from being able to like. I think that's what I saw. That's what it's about, defense. What if that happens? Or Mexico, there's Mexico, even Colombia got thrown into the mix. Like you saw what he said about Colombia. Remember, we got 3 more years of like Donald Trump. It's gonna be an interesting market, and obviously, like, look how year one went with gold. We're on year two now. There's obviously a lot of uncertainty, and even just that question is like, I'm uncertain about where price could go. It's like, who knows, really? Banks. If you go watch that video, banks. I talk about the banks and what the banks are targeting by mid 2026 and end of 2026. I think the highest price is like 5,200, 5,000, 5,200 for a lot of banks. Banks are projecting. There's several big banks that are projecting $5,000 to $5,200 per gold ounce by mid-year, by the middle of the year or end of the year. So it's like when and where. It's like a lot of banks are projecting $5,000 by the end of 2026, and even a handful of them are projecting by middle of 2026. Greenland. Then you got Iran, you got you got China. Yeah, it was Greenland. You got a lot of other things going on in the world. There's a lot of geopolitical tension. The world's like a chessboard right now. So the metals, look at platinum. Look at the price of platinum. Platinum has moved so much more than it's moved in time. Like, if you look at platinum and silver tells you a lot about where the world's at. Because silver's only moved like this this is the third time really in history where we've seen parabolic movement like this on silver. In 79, 80, 1970, 1979, 1980. And then obviously here in 2008, 2009, 2000, all the way up into 2011, lasted years there. So silver right now. Platinum, all the metals. So banks have high projections too. Look at the weekly right now, guys. Look at the weekly. I want to pay attention to this real quick. Look at the weekly structure right now on gold. That's Oanda. Let's go over here, forex.com. Look at the weekly right now, guys. That's interesting. Just want to throw that out there as well. Just notice that weekly, which is again 4,500. Let's go line chart real quick. All right, we got look at that. We're getting above that. We just broke through a level of force right now on gold. We're breaking. Last time we did that, I mean, it went up for weeks. So it's interesting where price is right now, what it's doing actually right now live. Look at the weekly. Look at the weekly time frame, the weekly candles here. Trying to get looks like to me we're trying to get above this, maybe maintain, stay above. There's a bit of a little gap there, but that's still $4,500. If we maintain, we stay above 4,500, price could maybe explode. It is trying to break right now. I'm gonna wrap it up in a few. I'll answer a few questions. Let me see if the chat has got any questions. I see a lot of people tuning in tonight from different parts of the world. We got Melbourne, we got Australia, Guelph, Germany, Burlington, Switzerland, Germany, Mexico. What's good? Mexico, UAE, Dubai, Slovenia, Mexico, California, Sweden, Spain, Portugal. Maybe someone said Portugal because maybe some hot in Portugal. I don't know if you're saying where you're tuning in from. Yeah, we got Australia. What's good? Dubai. What's good? Slovenia, Germany, Spain. I need a vacation. It's cold over here. Nah, too early to take a vacation. Markets just opened up. I'm gonna stay on the charts for a bit. Bang out a fucking banger. Yeah, like again, key thing. Remember, key things that I said, and I'm gonna write it in Discord and Telegram after I get off. I'm probably gonna drop a signal. Maybe within the next hour or so. I think maybe within the next hour I'll drop a signal. But yo, gold broke, yo. We just broke all-time high. Let's see. Pretty much like the same thing. Two ways to look at it now, but is it just a smaller pullback? So maybe we maintain, like I said, that 45.40, 45.50 area. Maybe that's the first area we're going to come back to retest shorter term. Or it's like I said, beginning of the session, $4,500. Do we come back to $4,500 this week for a much bigger pullback? At the rate this thing's moving now, I was saying 4,600, but man, like that's on the way. So targets for gold, maybe 5,000. Fuck, like banks. Like go watch the video. Banks are targeting 5,000. So if banks are targeting 5,000, it's like why not say 4,800 then? If banks are targeting here, it's like okay, 4,900, 4,800 is probably gonna get hit then. Cause fuck, 4,600 is so close now. Like yo, like this thing. $30. This thing's moving. So 2 areas again. We maybe want the bigger pullback to. I know like bigger pullback. Like I said, you can rewatch this stream, rewatch everything I went through. I went through different types of analysis. We just broke above all-time high. I didn't think we were gonna do that live on stream, but what do you know? First pullback maybe to the broken all-time high level and see if that holds, or can we get the deeper pullback maybe to like closer to $4,500. All right, I'm gonna drop some stuff in Discord, Telegram. Make sure you guys are in the Discord and Telegram. Yo, smash that like button before we get off. Yo, just broke down the chart. We just saw gold break down live, all-time highs. And metals are going in the middle. Jamaica, what's good? Italy. Heikin-Ashi candles. I don't really use them. I used to, like, obviously when I was a new trader, I studied them and stuff. But no. Yeah, we need a pullback. I mean, yeah, like obviously that's the best thing you want is a pullback, but sometimes, man, it's one of those Sundays, guys, where it's just like market opens up like this. Gold will do this. We'll get a pullback probably tonight. Now it's like 45.50 is well above. London session, New York session. Like, let me show you guys the last thing. I didn't show this yet, and this is one of the things I really wanted to show, right? Wait for the big dump, yo. If anything, wait for the fat dump, you know? Like, I'll stream, like, turn notifications on, because I might pop up later again. Like, turn notifications on, subscribe to the channel, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. I'm gonna stream if I see any key things. That's why I jumped on, because I was like, yo, this thing's moving. This is probably a good time to jump on stream and get some stuff out or watch the charts. But if we can get that dump, if we get like a big dump on gold, 45.50. Now 45.50 looks way better. It's like, okay, that makes way more sense now because we're way more above it. I know, yeah, we missed a trade, but hey. It's one of those weeks where it's like, that's the type of trade you got to catch on your own. Like, it's like just buy and try to go with the momentum. Like markets will open like that a lot of times for gold. If you watch gold every week, you'll see weeks like this a lot where it just opens up like this. Was it news? Maybe something I missed. Like I didn't see any news, but like it's just the fuel of like look at since last week. Like I explained at the beginning of the session, like Sunday last week was the same, but what did we have last weekend, right? So definitely a lot of uncertainty in the market. 4,600 looks like it's gonna get hit. Where do I see gold making all-time high was an interesting question someone asked, and it's like, man, like, who knows? This is what we call price discovery, and I don't think it's done yet. Like this video, I posted it 2 weeks ago, but yo, like, it's still go look at the information. I go over that because like we just witnessed again something that's relevant with what I said in that video. That happened after. I said in that video, like, who knows what happens, how much more things, you know, like I was explaining, like, you know, like other things could happen, who knows what next event, like stuff like that, even on stream. So, yo, stay active, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, guys, before we get off. And yeah, turn the notifications on so you don't miss when I come on stream. Argentina, what's good? It'll do a bigger pullback. Look what happened last week. $4,500 last week. Or $4,400 last week. It ended up coming back to that New York session. So if you look at last week, this is what I want to show you guys. Every New York session was a buy last week. And I mentioned this last week in Inner Circle. If you're on any of the Inner Circle streams I did last week. Every New York session was a buy for gold last week. Every single one. Even NFP. Every single New York session last week was a buy. Gold pushed up New York every day last week. But short term. And then ripped the end of the week up. Every day was a buy last week on gold. Every day, literally. Looks like we're gonna go to 4,600 sooner than I thought, and that's the thing, gold. That's why you gotta watch gold closely, and you gotta like be sharp and understand its movements. Things going crazy right now. Every New York though. Last week you could have literally just bought New York last week. So key with timing, you know, timing, movement. I marked 830, so 830, 830, 830, 830, 830 there. That's the one thing about gold too with timing. Timing is one thing to understand. Yo, now we're well above $4,500. Damn, we are way not where we started the stream. Well above 4,500. This is where you can start to use those quarters. So it's like 4,550. Good thing 4,550 lines up with like a previous structure point. So we're probably gonna pull back to that broken resistance tonight, or I would say by the morning. We'll probably get a pullback back to that area. So time will tell. Patience is key. It's risky now. I know I was saying at the beginning of the stream, it's risky to chase price, and prices kept pushing up, but still sit on your hands and wait for that bigger pullback. I'll be calling out some signals this week, so make sure you guys are tapped in. Check out the new video I posted today on YouTube. Posted it 3 hours ago. If you haven't seen it, it's a real talk. It's different than every other video. It's just me talking to the camera. Check out that video. I just posted a new video today, a couple of hours ago. If you haven't seen it, check that out. Favorite time to trade? I like trading a little bit before like London session. So I like London session, but I like getting on the charts maybe like an hour before London session, 2 hours. So I like pre-London session, like going into London session. I guess I like to stay aware of the charts. So like I would say late Tokyo session. I like late Tokyo session going into London session, and I like New York session. I don't really have a favorite time. It's more about the trade setup. Right, when, you know, if the trade setup's at one of these times, it could be just New York or London session. I don't really have a favorite time, but I have like, okay, a favorite setup, and if that setup's happening at a key time. Gold's pushing. Holy smokes. Is crypto gonna push too? Crypto might move. Maybe crypto moves tomorrow. Why can't crypto move like this? It's gold. It's the golden. I guess what they meant by the golden age was this gold. It's gold's time. So guys, we're still waiting for pullbacks. I know it's boring, but hey, we'll get it. Check out the new video I dropped 3 hours ago. It's a good video, a lot of value. Raw, uncut, not edited, just me talking to the camera. Not like all the other videos that I post. That's the thing, yeah, breakout style can actually get you in these big moves. So next pullback we're waiting for. We're waiting for a big pullback tonight on gold. Or even tomorrow. So stay alert. We have to see how price kind of behaves from here. Didn't give us like even a little pullback on the first breakout. Like the 5 minute didn't even give like much there. So let's wait. Let's stay patient. I'll keep you guys updated in Telegram and in Discord. I mean, with the favorite time to trade question, I like New York, but it is much faster than London session. London session, it can be a bit more calmer. It just depends on the setup for me. If I see a setup, I'm going to try to... If I see a trade setup, I'm going to try to angle that trade setup around a key time. And with gold... Gold will move London session, it will move New York session, it will move Tokyo session. Gold's really versatile. It moves a lot. Yeah, gold's gone. Silver's gone. 83. They're both gone. Next pullback. Next pullback, I'm waiting for a big pullback tonight and then probably loading up. full port. I made a little bit of money today, like nothing crazy. I made $1,000, $1,037. Nothing crazy. I caught some little buys like when it opened. Yeah, nothing crazy. But well, how do I see crypto this year? Right now, short term, it's bearish. Like depends on like crypto, Bitcoin. How do I see Bitcoin or crypto? Like crypto as a whole, there's a lot of coins that are in some good spots right now to accumulate, I would say. So like you got Bitcoin obviously at 90,000. It's pretty expensive. And you got a lot of other cryptos that are super low, not at like higher prices. So I see within the next like year like some opportunity to accumulate some cryptos. Maybe not getting the hugest gains right away, but there is like right now most cryptos in the top 100 or top 50, let's say, are at super low prices where I could see like good accumulation. Like right now, and I think this is the year to stack up, accumulate, like, and maybe like the result doesn't come so much in this year, maybe the year after. I feel like this is a year to just accumulate some coins at low prices and then hold long term. Like there's coins that I'm scooping up right now that are at super low prices on the chart all time at yearly lows, and just like a few, not a lot. For example, let me see if I can find that screenshot that I have. Maybe I have it. I should. Recent. For example, like here is some coins I'm accumulating, like hype. I'm down on that, but there's a few coins I'm accumulating. This is one of my wallets here, one of my portfolios. Solana, Link, Ethereum, Hype, HBAR. There's a little bit of Bitcoin in this one, but this is one portfolio. There's like, I see right now some good coins to accumulate, like Avalanche. This thing's super low. Like if you go in the top 50 or even top 20, you don't got to do top 100. You could, or top 50, top 20, top 10 even. Right? There's a lot of coins that are super low that I'm like, all right, I'm going to accumulate what I can with where they're at. And that's really it. And just hold those out longer term. Avalanche is super low as an example. Or Cardano is super low as an example. So for me, I'm going to accumulate the coins that I like, that I still see have some value at these low prices when they do pullbacks. Because like for where a lot of things are right now, it's like, okay, how much lower can some of these projects go? Like most of them are at multi-year lows. So I'm accumulating some coins, a few, like at some low prices right now. Like Solana, I grabbed more Solana down here when it was in the 120s. Ethereum, was stacking a bit more Ethereum when it was below $3,000. Bitcoin, been stacking more Bitcoin. XRP, things like that, but not going like crazy, not having crazy expectations for the market, because like Bitcoin right now is just pretty much like figuring out what it wants to do. Like Bitcoin, depends on how Bitcoin trades in this. Like right now, Bitcoin needs a breakout. A breakout's really going to determine. So if we lose 90,000, we're probably going to go down. Like if we lose this like 88, 90,000 area, we're probably going to try to come down and test the lower 80s again. That's where everything drops lower, has another leg down. Like Bitcoin's just been pretty much consolidating. If it can break out, that's good for bullish. If it loses this, like if it loses this low, then it's gonna probably maybe go down to the lower 80s. Crypto's gonna shock people when it comes like bullish again. For now, it's burning people out. Like, well, ever since October 11th, and the top, people have been getting burned out. I think when the market comes back, it'll come back at a time where everyone's shocked and like, oh my gosh, I gotta get back in. Doesn't feel like that time right now. The market's pretty much working off of like fear right now. So Bitcoin for crypto, this goes for crypto, because if Bitcoin loses this area, then it's going to come back and retest like the previous all-time highs. It's going to probably try to come back and retest like the previous all-time high structure. If it loses this low, which honestly this is why I love that I trade gold, because I don't trade Bitcoin. I just accumulate it and try to just hold it long term. That's my goal. Because the way it's been trading in here has been just like kind of up and down. It's just been sideways for the last like 2 months pretty much. We're going to be like 2 months soon where it's just been sideways. And yeah, if it loses that low, it's like, where do we go from there? Like right now, price is literally just holding this low here. So I'm accumulating what I can, because I know like, okay, if this low holds, all these coins will rebound. If they don't, yeah, they might find lower prices, but still, even like everything's super low. Like I would find maybe 3 to 5 good projects outside of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or XRP that are at really low prices, like that you believe in. Like I'm holding 30 crypto coins, so for me it's like different to tell you which 5. Like my top 5 is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana right now, based on current market, Chainlink, and Hype. Like my top 3 right now based on current market is, if I were to say from highest value to lowest value, is going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Hype, and Chainlink. In terms of like value, Bitcoin being the most value. It's not this Bitcoin, but in my other portfolio, this is one portfolio with these coins. I have the most. Hype is the biggest one in this portfolio. So from like top 5 for me, in terms of value right now, it's like in terms of value right now, like what do I have the most money in? Well, it's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Hype, and Chainlink. And then if I work down and go from there, so I got that. And then if I go down from there, it's going to be a lot of other coins, right? I'm holding Ondo, I'm holding Sui, I'm holding CRO, a lot of other altcoins. I have HBAR, right? I have some meme coins. And some of those coins like Render. Let me look at Render right now. I have Render, for example. Like some of those coins I have a few thousand, like for example, Hype, like $80,000 in there, for example. But in Render, let's see, like in a coin like Render, how much do I have in Render? I have $3,400 in Render. So for example, I have some good coins, but like the holding, like I have $3,451 in Render at current market. I have some coins where I have literally $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, or $2,000 in. Because of where the market is, like most of those coins are super low. Like this coin, for example. This coin I have like $3,500 in it right now. But if it goes up to here, I'll have like almost $20,000 in it. So maybe like 15 actually. I'll have like $15,000 if it goes up to here. So it's like some coins are in places. Like I'm holding some coins that literally are in shitty spots right now in the market, but I'm gonna hold them long term still. Like Sui's super low. It's not in my top 5 right now, top 6, but it's in the top 10. If it were to go back to this price, it would be like, okay, I would have a huge value. Like I would have like almost 6 figures in it, right? Let's say if this went to like $6, I would have probably almost 6 figures in it. I don't know the exact amount I have. I would have to check, but I probably have almost 6 figures in it, right? So it's like some coins are in places where like if they go back up, if they recover, they're super low. Like some coins are super low. You have a trade running? I don't know. Like right now, it's about the setup. Like you have a trade running, That's up to you. Like, I'm not gonna make decisions for you guys and say, yeah, you should close or not. Like, I don't know why you took the trade, where your entry is, how you're feeling. Those are your emotions. Manage your emotions, manage your trades. You can make decisions when you're in a trade. You can either close it, you can take partials, you can move it to break even. Manage your trade to your emotions, to your trading plan. Whether you're in a buy or a sell, I can give you just decisions you can make. Like, you're asking if you should hold it to 4,600. I don't know. Maybe. What if it doesn't hit 40? What if it hits 40? What if it hits 45.98 and dumps? And you're like, oh my God, it didn't hit 4,600, right? What if it goes through 4,600? You know, like, those are decisions you have to make when you're in a trade, right? It's either close the trade. If you're overthinking it that much, just close the trade. It's almost at $4,600. Just close the trade. All right, there. Now, what if it hits like 98, 99, and it doesn't hit exactly 4,600? It's pretty much at 4,600. You know, you don't gotta get too like, oh my God, I need it to hit 46. If it hits 98, like it literally just hit 98, well 97.8. If it hits 98, it hits 99, whatever, close the trade. It's almost at 4,600. I don't know where your trade is, if it's down here, if it's down here, if it's down here, or if it's right here. Like, I wouldn't be taking buys here. Like, what if the market hits 98 and you're like, I need it to hit 4,600. I need to hit my TP at 4,600, and next thing you know, it just dumps $20, and you're like, fuck, why didn't I just close it? You know, I don't, you know, move it to break even, take partials. It's when you're in a trade, you have decisions to make. Don't look at the trade. I don't know. Don't look at the trade, but I don't know where your entry is, right? I don't know what exact entry point you have, what your risk is. So it's like, you know, if the price is near your take profit, just close the trade. When does volume kick in most of the time? I mean, when sessions open. When sessions open, or close to when sessions open. Maybe an hour pre-market. Maybe an hour before sessions open. So like pre-market, that could be like an hour before the market opens, like before London session opens or before New York sessions open, then going into like the session opening times. It's like when a store opens, it receives customers, it starts to have volume. So when the sessions open, right? It's like a bank, when the banks open, when you wake up, that's when the markets are opening. That's when volume is. When you're waking up, brushing your teeth, getting ready for your day, the markets are moving with volume. When you're brushing your teeth, when you're in bed, hitting your alarm clock, wherever you live, it doesn't matter where you live, this goes for all of you. So when you're hitting your alarm clock, you're checking your phone, you're brushing your teeth, eating your breakfast, getting ready for work, putting your clothes on, taking a shower, that's when volume is coming in, when the day starts, right? Now, for whatever economy that is, whether that's Europe, whether that's Tokyo, whether that's New York, Singapore, Asia, Germany, Frankfurt, right? Like, you got Europe, you got Frankfurt, London, Singapore, Tokyo, Asia, New York. So when the days start, realistically, that's when volume comes in, and that's different times of the day. Volume comes in at different times of the day. Would I accumulate a position, or would you accumulate positions now if you have no? Yeah, I would accumulate positions now. Like, I mean, like, I would start, because it's like, especially depending on the crypto. Like, I mean, things are down, and this is the point to start, because like, let's take XRP for an example. Let's use XRP as an example. Last week, XRP pumped. Like, XRP just pumped up 34%. So that was a good move. So when prices are down like this low, or you even see it's coming back to like $2, it's good to accumulate when the market offers you an opportunity that it's down. Like, imagine, okay, price is here and it comes down to here, or these lows. It's like, there's opportunity to accumulate when the market dumps at these lower prices. So I might as well, to be honest. Like, that's how I think. It's like, the market's giving me an opportunity for lower prices, because honestly, you never know when the market's going to just have like a 40% day again, a 30% day. So for certain coins, it's like a lot of things are at the point to start accumulating. I would have a position personally. I would build positions on some things. Like a lot of things just shifted out on the daily. Yeah, we're in territory where the crypto market is fragile, but these types of pumps is what creates FOMO. You never want to be the person buying when those types of pumps happen. Buy when market gives you like cheaper prices, cheaper opportunities to scale in. Gold waiting for the pullback. I wouldn't be aggressive at, just pretty much like hit 4,600. Like I wouldn't be super, just tap 4,600. There you go. Your take profit got hit. If it's near you, like the worst part is when you're like, you have a take profit destination and you want it to get hit and it's like 20 pips away and then the market dumps and goes opposite your direction. You're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I just take profit? Yo, this is probably the pullback, folks. This is probably it. This is probably the start. 4,600 just got tapped. Hold number. This is probably the pullback here. This is probably going to start rejecting now. 4,600. It tapped. It might have not tapped. It might have hit It might have hit 98 and then dropped. This is probably the start of the pullback. So, honestly, there might be sells coming in to play. Like, this thing obviously just made a new all-time high. There's going to be some take profiters. There's going to be some sellers. We're obviously bullish, but we don't want to be super bullish right here, yo. Because if imagine this drops $20, boom, we're right down here, yo. So just be careful. Don't chase it at these high prices. I know, like I've been saying that, but there's gonna be an opportunity. We might get rejection here and come down. Chainlink, yeah, so much. I like Chainlink, Chainlink's. I have Chainlink's holding value in my portfolio because I have a good amount. I have some here. I have 1,098 Chainlink here. I have another 3,200. I got 4,200 Chainlink right now stacked up. And I like Chainlink. I like the coin. I like the technology, the company. I like the price chart. Now, good technology doesn't always just work out that in our favor like we expected. It's going to take a lot of liquidity too in the market. It's going to take time. But there's certain projects like Chainlink. Look at it's low. It's at a place where, again, I think it's time to accumulate things. We went down. Look at Chainlink. We went down. We went down. So it's now's that accumulation phase. Look at even the daily. Daily has some structure. If you look at some coins on the daily, they've started to shift out. Bullish. Like XRP, one of them. Daily structure shift. HBAR. Look at HBAR. HBAR did a daily structure shift. Right? If this was gold. Imagine if this was gold. If this was gold, I would be like, yo, we are looking for longs here. Right? Look at that chart. Look at Sui. Sui similar. Daily shift up. Link too. Chainlink solid. Right now that's top 5 for me. That's up there because of the amount I have and the price it's at. It's at $13, almost $14. It's not like a lot of other cryptos I'm holding that are at 13 cents, 11 cents, or no cents, 40 cents, 0.08 cents, penny and stuff, whatever, a couple dollars. So it's holding good value because the price it's at. Chainlink, I hold a good amount of that. Right now, this is one portfolio, 1,098 tokens. So this is a sample portfolio for you guys. This is a little sample portfolio for you guys here on some of the coins I'm holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins in this portfolio. Bitcoin, the lowest. I gotta move that Bitcoin. So if we were to let's exclude Bitcoin from here. Let's just these 5. These are altcoin. Ethereum's number 2 crypto in the world, but it's still something that moves a higher percentage than Bitcoin. This to me is a good stack. You could throw one of these out of here. To me, this is a good stack. It's if you like XRP more than XRP is obviously good, or maybe some of you guys like Sui or Cardano or other coins. You could maybe change one of these for another coin type of thing. This is a good 5 stack right here of coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. It's like, okay, H bar, maybe maybe chain X, that H bar or XRP or Algo or Chainlink, maybe a different coin. Maybe instead of Solana, you like XRP, or maybe instead of Hype, you like XRP. Hype's a good coin. Hype is taking Hype's doing a lot of the trading activity right now too. Like, if you look into Hype, a lot of serious stuff there. So I think that's a good 5 stack. If you're looking at like the list of how many cryptos there are, maybe you could trade a different crypto for one of these. Maybe it's like one of the top cryptos, a different one, you know. But I think this list right here is good. This is a good 6. XRP could go into here. I have XRP. I have the amount of XRP I have is worth more than all of these. So if we were to throw my XRP into this, XRP would be at the top. This is not all the Ethereum that I have, so Ethereum would be at like the top too, but it's different. This is just a little sample portfolio for you guys here. All right. XRM, yeah, XRM's really good. Like Dash, I know Dash, XRM, those are coins that were actually moving recently. Didn't XRM actually move? It was one of the coins that, one of the few coins that actually, that's Monero, right? Yeah. Wasn't it what? Oh my goodness. Wow. Fuck. That's one of the few coins. Like, I know Zcash, like Zcash, Zec had movement. Dash had movement, and then it pulled back. MR, yeah, like, that's one of the few coins that really move. Fuck, man. I used to have this back in the day. Can you? I had this coin way back in the day. Holy. It kind of shows you liquidity is in different spots, maybe. Like, look, like, this is impressive because we obviously want every crypto to look like this, but it's not. Things are moving like I know Zcash just pretty much did that. Like, had some crazy movement. Wasn't it like Dash? Let me see. This isn't the all-time chart. This is not the all-time chart for Zcash. Maybe it's probably like Binance or let me put crypto. There it is. Yeah, like there you go. There you go. Like Zcash was one of them that moved. Like Zcash moved. I know Dash moved. Like in comparison to what every other crypto did, this moved. XMR, I didn't even notice that because I don't look at this crypto anymore. I used to have this back in the day. Shows you 2015. Look at where it is now. Shows you like it's a long term. Like look at BNB and BNB as well. BNB was another, right? We're above the all-time high, the old all-time highs on BNB. Look at Binance chain above all-time highs. Gold just hit all-time highs. Do they sell the gold and put into crypto now? Pump. Crypto pump now. Maybe crypto pumps now. Gold dump, crypto pump. Gold dump, crypto pump. I'm bullish on crypto. Like I'm more like I'm showing you one portfolio here that it should convince you I'm bullish on things. We got 3,100 hype, 19 Ethereum in here, 341 Solana, 1,098 Chainlink, H bar almost 100,000 there. So I'm bullish on coins. Like I'm bullish. I'm a holder. You're gonna see me one day. Like we'll keep. I'll show you guys this a month from now, 2 months from now, 4 months from now, 6 months from now. We'll see where this exact portfolio is at this year. And right now you can do the math yourself. But yeah, I gotta take a new screenshot actually because things have gone up since I screenshotted this a little bit. Crypto's pumping right now as we speak. So yeah, like if anyone's like, I'm bullish. I'm a holder. I'm accumulating what I can, what I believe in, what I want to add to, where I see like okay, I could get some good gains if I still hold this, add to this bag. These are some of the coins. Monero, yeah, Monero's flying right now. I see that. I used to have that back in the day. I remember when that came out, it was a super popular. Remember in 2017 when this was actually a really popular coin. Still is. It's doing well. It shows you like this is what coins are gonna do. They're just not all gonna happen at the same time, or the timing's not gonna be perfect. You can't time the market perfect. So this is why I say, for the person who asks, like, am I accumulating or just no position is better? I think accumulating is better because who knows when the market turns into this, like the whole market. That's gonna take time, but it will be rewarding. Or who knows when the few coins you're holding or trying to stack do this, like what Chainlink, could be Chainlink, anything, Solana, Ethereum, right? Like the coins we're all looking at, whatever it is. I know a lot of us probably have different coins. Portfolios might look different than others. Like this is one portfolio here. And good amount we got here. I'm over 200K here, right? 80,000. We got 180,000, a bit over $200,000 here, just in one portfolio. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna 10x this with these holds. It's like, what if it 5x's? What if it 3x's? You know, 3, 4, 5x's. There could be one coin on here that does a better performance than the other. What if Hype goes 5x and Chainlink goes 10x? What if Chainlink 10x's and this only 5x's? Or what if that 10x's and this 5x's and this 3x's, 5x's, and this does a 2, 3x and this does a 2x? Like overall it adds up. But yo, gold pulling back. I'm gonna stay alert on gold over the next couple of hours here. The reason I say accumulate at the prices you can when the market gives you cheap prices, it's because like you never know when your coin's gonna turn into like this. The whole market, as we can see, like this is performing very well. The whole market as an ecosystem, no, but not everything. I don't think everything is gonna go up at the same time. $4,600 broken? Nah, I don't think so. Wait, what? No, really? Oh, no, not yet. Maybe on futures? Futures price? Futures price? Okay, yeah, futures. Maybe a little tricker there. Maybe we come down to 75. Probably gonna come down to 75, 65 area on gold. I still want to see if we can come back to 50. So stay alert. Damn, yo. Yeah, resistance. So we're probably gonna come down. We're gonna come down. This is the start of that retracement. I'm gonna wrap it up. Make sure you guys are in the Discord and stuff. Smash the like button before we get off here. I'm gonna wrap it up for the night, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be streaming all week, yo. Gold's already moving. We're above $4,500. Remember the key things I said. We're still above $4,500. Gold is a faster instrument. If this thing drops $30, it's at, you know, $4,550. And then we're still above 4,500. So keep that in mind. Like I said, maybe we can get that pullback to the broken all-time high level. We're probably going to get some rejection here on the 30-minute chart. From the looks of it, this candle, maybe we can come back down to the broken resistance for that first setup we look at. We're going to be maybe monitoring that tonight, but I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Smash that like button. We're getting off right now. I'll see everybody on the next stream. Peace out. Peace out. Let's keep an eye on gold tonight. Make sure you guys are in Discord, Telegram. Put your notifications on so you don't miss when I go live again.